Thanks for your time.
Good to be talking to you. Good evening.
Now, this oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico, can you tell us what happened?
Yes, we're talking about an offshore oil rig, which is, of course, a large device for pumping oil out of an oil field under the sea floor.
Sure. And what happens if something goes wrong?
Well, we're trying to figure that out at the moment.
No, I mean before you start. What are the regulations
You're not
for
going to
dealing
have
with
a
that problem?
You're not going to have a problem before you start.
Yeah, but what are the regulations?
The what?
Regulations.
Can you Google something for me quickly? Relegations?
No, regulations.
Regulations? Well, Google them both.
This is before you start.
No, you're not going to have an accident before you start. I mean, it's starting that causes the problem. There is no problem before you start. It's beautiful before you start.
So you're saying is that the accidents only happen when you get going?
That's the rule.
So what happened?
Well, in this case, there was a large explosion. The rig caught fire. 20 million gallons of crude oil spilled into the sea, and then the rig sank. I mean, everything happened.
So what did you do?
Well, first things first, obviously. The first thing to do in an event like that is to underestimate the problem.
What? Underestimate the problem?
Yes,
Why would you do
you
that?
don't want people to panic. I mean, you've got to calm people down. A lot of people get very worried.
Why do they get worried?
Well, because the sea is filling with oil. A lot of people are very sentimental about the sea.
But understating the problem surely not a solution.
Well, no, not to that problem, but first things first.
So what was solution number two?
Solution number two was to acknowledge the magnitude of the problem, but to point out that it's certainly not BP's fault. This is not our fault.
Whose fault is it?
I don't know, someone else, the bloke who built the wing nuts or something.
The solution doesn't sound very good.
That wasn't one of our better ones, but the next one was brilliant. We dropped a kind of shopping centre over the hull.
An underwater shopping centre?
Underwater shopping centre. We fitted it over the hull.
And did that work?
No, but it was a brilliant idea.
In what sense was it brilliant?
Well, we know that doesn't work. We won't be trying that again.
What was the fourth solution?
Fourth solution is to offer to help with the clean-up. We can help there.
Hang on a second. How do you mean help? Shouldn't you be doing the clean-up? I mean, you're the one getting the oil out of the ocean.
We're not getting the oil out of the ocean. That's useless, that oil. How do you get oil out of the sea? We've been trying for a week. You can't be done. It's useless.
Okay, so what about the fifth solution?
Fifth solution was to pump mud down into the hull.
What with?
Well spotted. You see, that's the problem there. Ultimately, of course, relief wells is the thing we're going to have to build. And relief wells, drill relief wells.
And when can you do that?
August.
Anything in the meantime?
Well, we've gone with a democratic solution in the meantime, which is nice.
What's a democratic solution?
Well, blame the president.
For causing the largest oil spill in US history?
Bad mistake. People hate it.
But
People absolutely hate it.
But he didn't do it.
Well, he didn't prevent it, did he? I mean, have a look out there.
Thanks for your time.
He didn't prevent it, pardon?
Thanks for your time.
Regulations. No, it won't be measured in barrels. I think it's a different concept altogether. I've never heard of it either, but keep bloody looking.
According to the charts, this is the best plan of action.
Yeah,
Great.
don't worry about it. It's a small spill on a very large table.
Sir, I think we are underestimating just how much coffee was spilled.
Yeah, that's a lot of coffee.
Well, we'd better hurry up because it's almost reached my laptop.
Calm down, calm down. Boom.
It's also going to destroy all the fish.
Oh boy. Okay. Boom. Look at that.
My God, it's encroaching on my map of Louisiana.
Okay. Okay. Look. Oh no. Fish.
Laptop.
Map.
Okay. I'm sorry. Look. Oh no. Fish.
Laptop.
Okay.
Wait. I've got a brilliant idea.
Oh. Okay. Jones, you gotta hurry up. I think the public is getting suspicious.
All set. Damn. Didn't work.
Oh my God, we are really screwed now. Look, garbage will fall into the coffee cups, stopping further spillage.
Now there's just coffee and garbage.
Wait, I've got an idea. Damn, I really thought that would work.
Well, maybe it doesn't work right away. Let's observe it for 3 hours and then reassess it.
Okay. We just wasted 3 hours.
Damn it. That's everything I've got.
God.
The gentleman from Halliburton here?
Send him in.
Gentlemen, oh my God! You guys are partly responsible for this. You provided these styrofoam cups knowing they were unstable.
Oh, no. Don't put this on us. You know what? Halliburton doesn't have to listen to this. We are out of here.
I've got Kevin Costner on the phone. He'll know what to do for sure.
How big is the spill?
Pretty major, Mr. Costner.
Do you have a golf ball?
I have a ping pong ball.
Good, now throw it at the spill. What happened?
Nothing.
You guys are fucked.
And now a message from the people who ruined our ocean.
Good evening. I'm Tony Hayward from British Petroleum.
I'm Stephen Newman from Transocean.
And I'm Tim Probert from Halliburton. We're back.
So you've probably heard, we've made several attempts to contain the spill. An early plan was called the Top Hat. That's where we tried to cover the leak with a large containment tank.
This plan did not work.
Then we tried something involving a giant tube. This plan was dear to my heart because it was the suggestion of my 5-year-old daughter.
It was a total failure.
We've also announced a new plan called the Junk Shot. That's where we shoot a pile of garbage at the leak and try to plug it up.
Now, that one hasn't failed yet, but we're confident it will.
Those are the only plans we've announced so far, but tonight we've come together to assure you we have many other ideas. Ideas formulated by our top scientists using state-of-the-art technology. The first plan is called Dolphins with Mops.
That's where we round up a bunch of dolphins and Scotch tape mops to their fins.
It may not work, but rest assured, Halliburton will make a profit.
Our next plan is called the Schweppes Offensive. That's where we fight the oil spill head-on with a bunch of club soda.
Mm-hmm. Club soda gets everything out.
Now you might ask, how could that possibly work?
Another idea we have is called the Oil Whisperer.
We would hire someone like the Dog Whisperer, but for oil.
Mm-hmm. And he would go up to the oil and say, "Bad oil, stop it."
And there are many more, like Aquaman, Blame the French, Duct Tape, and our personal favorite, the Backup Plan. That's where we blow this whole oil mess off and go see J-Lo's no romantic comedy, The Backup Plan. It might not help, but I think we could all use the laughs. No matter what happens, we just want to assure the American people that we will stop this leak, we will clean up this mess, and we will get back to do what we do best, robbing you blind at the gas pump.
The ongoing press coverage of the oil leak has been a disaster for the South Coast and the United States, but it's the misconceptions of the oil spill in the Gulf that is most disconcerting.
The fear of seeing, God forbid, touching oil at the beach is presented as if it's some sort of poisonous monster.
Bill Martin, president of Gulf Oil Disaster, also known as GOD, is finally speaking out.
We're talking about nothing more than a soft, slippery substance.
It's the media in the U.S. that continues blasting BP and other oil companies in their newscasts, presenting oil as a damaging substance.
Despite what the politicians and the protesters have been sending out in the media, we've already done more than is necessary for the little people in these beach areas.
Environmental enthusiast Mary Brenda has been continually exaggerating the oil problems and staging cleanup sessions, mysteriously trying to raise money.
Notice the oil spill on her own driveway. She's not worried about this, but she's worried about oil in the Gulf. Okay, Mary Brenda, what do you want to say about all of the oil spill exaggeration? Do you feel like they're making up lies about the oil spill? Yeah, what do you think?
Politicians are using this political stage for fundraising, but no one is pointing out the natural benefits coming from the oil spill.
You want to explain all the lies? Like the softer sand. It's not like the little pebbles, which can cause you to trip. The new beach sand has a softer and more slippery quality.
BP Oil and other drillers are being threatened by politicians who want to put an end to all the drilling. But people must first be made aware of some of the benefits of oil in the Gulf, like new fun for kids.
I think my favorite part of the oil spill is these tar balls. I mean, we've never had these before. Yeah!
Kids have also taken note of the improving beaches with easier construction of sandcastles.
When it gets in the sand, it makes it stickier and we can make bigger castles.
I like it because it's different from all the beaches in California.
I like the oil in the sand because it makes it sticky.
The oil is naturally thicker, making a firmer holding force for all the sandcastles. Now there's something that's not being reported by the politicians and the media in this country.
In spite of the bad press, which has continued now for months and months, it's the little people from BP and other petroleum companies that are finally speaking out.
From the Gulf, I'm Johnny Atkinson reporting.
Senator Collins, thanks for coming in.
It's a great pleasure, thank you.
This ship that was involved in the incident off Western Australia this week...
Yeah, the one the front fell off?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not very typical. I'd like to make that point.
Well, how is it untypical?
Well, there are a lot of these ships going around the world all the time, and very seldom does anything like this happen. I just don't want people thinking that tankers aren't safe.
Was this tanker safe?
Well, I was thinking more about the other ones.
The ones that are safe?
Yeah, the ones the front doesn't fall off.
Well, if this wasn't safe, why did it have 80,000 tonnes of oil on it?
Well, I'm not saying it wasn't safe. It's just perhaps not quite as safe as some of the other ones.
Why?
Well, some of them are built so the front doesn't fall off at all.
Well, wasn't this built so the front wouldn't fall off?
Well, obviously not.
How do you know?
Well, because the front fell off and 20,000 tonnes of crude oil spilled into the sea caught fire. It's a bit of a giveaway. I'd just like to make the point that that is not normal.
Well, what sort of standards are these oil tankers built to?
Oh, very rigorous maritime engineering standards.
What sort of thing?
Well, the front's not supposed to fall off for a start.
And what other things?
Well, there are regulations governing the materials that they can be made of.
What materials?
Well, cardboard's out.
And?
No cardboard derivatives.
Like paper?
No paper. No string, no sellotape.
Rubber?
No, rubber's out. They've got to have a steering wheel. There's a minimum crew requirement.
What's the minimum crew?
Oh, one, I suppose.
So the allegations that they're just designed to carry as much oil as possible, hell with the consequences, I mean, that's ludicrous.
Absolutely ludicrous. These are very, very strong vessels.
So what happened in this case?
Well, the front fell off in this case, by all means, but it's very unusual.
But Senator Collins, why did the front book fall off?
Well, a wave hit it.
A wave hit it?
A wave hit the ship.
Is that unusual?
Oh, yeah. At sea, chance in a million.
So what do you do to protect the environment in cases like this?
The ship was towed outside the environment.
Into another environment?
No, it's been towed beyond the environment. It's not in the environment.
No, but from one environment to another environment.
No, it's beyond the environment. It's not in an environment. It has been towed beyond the environment.
Well, what's out there?
Nothing's out there.
Well, there must be something
There is nothing out there. All there is sea and birds and fish.
And?
And 20,000 tonnes of crude oil.
And what else?
And a fire.
And anything else?
And the part of the ship that the front fell off. But there's nothing else out there.
Senator Collins, thanks for joining us.
A complete void.
Yeah, we're out of time.
The environment's perfectly safe. We're out of time.